All right, hello and welcome from Payson, Arizona. My name is Shauna. We're going to be going through class today. A little bit chilly out here, but we'll probably be shedding layers as we move. We're going to start down on the floor. So let's go ahead and come on down to all fours on the mat. Going to warm up our forearms and get some breathing in. We've just got some neighbor dogs coming right outside for the first time, so we might have a little bit of interaction here with Moose, but we'll all work with it. All right, so coming on down to all fours, we're going to stretch out the forearms to start. Go ahead and turn the palms down, fingers rotate in towards you. Draw the abdomen in as you just gently lean back. Nice stretch for the forearms.
Good morning, Moose.
Okay. Moose is meeting new friends. Then from here, we'll rock back forward, turn those hands so that they interlace, nice wide fingers. And now some circular patterns. Put the knees a little bit wider as needed. Welcome, Kathy. 3 to 5 circles here each direction. When you're ready, go ahead and reverse direction. Same thing other way. Oh, Moose, are you so excited to meet some new friends? Good morning. All right, once you finish those circles, go ahead and come off your hands. If you're comfortable to kneel, I'm gonna have the shoes on today, but if you can, turn your toes under you and just gently lean back, get a nice stretch for the toes. And then we're gonna put the palms facing away from each other. So fingers down, back of the hands together. And now we're gonna draw those elbows down, shoulders down out of the ears as well. Watch so you don't lose that head forward. So draw the chin in as you do this. Just hold for a couple of breaths. And then go ahead and shake it out.
I'm sorry. And they're actually very friendly.
All right, we're gonna go back to all fours. Let's go through about 3 to 5 cycles of some cat-cow mobility. Get some good breathing into the body and some movement through the mid-back. So wide handprint underneath those shoulders. As you exhale, you're gonna push through that mid-back. Draw the chin down to the chest, lift your spine towards the sky. And then as you inhale, gently arch, draw the shoulders back and down, looking straight ahead, soft arch into the back. Good. And then just find your rhythm with your breathing. Exhale, push through, chin to the chest. Great time to close the eyes. Inhale, soft arch.
What's your name? This is Heidi.
Try to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. A little bit longer breaths than normal.
Always. Everything's together.
What was it? Really get some nice movement through the neck as well. Let's go one more time. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time out. Then after you finish that sequence, let's take it into child's position. Toes together, knees divide, reach those hands out, and then just rock on back here. Lower that head between the arms, and then continue that nice deep breathing, trying to expand your lungs this time.
We'll try maybe get, because Shauna's trying to teach a class right here. Okay. Maybe we'll have to go
Later on. We never had to walk this morning.
Good. One more breath here.
maybe I could take Moose for the walk.
And when you're ready, come back up. All right, quadruped hip rock next. So bring your knees in so that they're touching. Keep those hands into the shoulders. You're gonna rock your hips to one side. Get a nice stretch into the outer part of the hips, low back, and then up and across. Same thing on the other side. Let's go out twice each direction. We're getting ready for some midline work in the first set. We've got some side plank work today. Some snow angels. We're gonna lay on our belly in between sides, and then we'll roll onto our back after our second side plank for some glute bridge. With some options on sets 2 and 3 to some different variations.
There's some Christmas trees.
All right, so anything else that you need to move? Otherwise, we're gonna start to make our way into our side plank position. Let's start with your left arm down. So you're gonna look to bring that left elbow just underneath the shoulder. Hi there, good morning. Gonna be doing 30-second intervals today. So whether you're on your knees or on your toes, we're gonna start with the legs extended or the knees bent. And when you're ready, you're coming up in 3, 2, 1, raise on up. Looking to keep the shoulders and hips square. And on this first round, we're just gonna hold a nice neutral side plank, not worrying about any variations. Chin pulls in. Moose brought me a stick. Eyes looking forward. Very nice. That's 20 seconds, 10 seconds left. Watch that your hips aren't sinking down towards the ground. Keep raising up. And sometimes the front shoulder or top shoulder will rotate forward. And 3, 2, 1, and transition. So we're going onto your stomach next, working our snow angels. If you're not familiar with these, what you're going to do is you're going to start with your palms up with the arms at the sides. Chin in, squeeze the lower body, and now you're going to raise your arms up to overhead, circling the palms down towards the floor, right about where you pass the shoulders. So whenever you're ready to start, squeezing the back side of the body, trying to lengthen from head to toe, and moving through the upper body. Again, palms up towards the sky when you're down at your waist. And then as you circle your arms coming up to overhead, rotate those palms down towards the floor. And that's our sequence. Very nice. So some mobility through the shoulders, some activation through the back of the body, especially as you come down to that bottom position with the palms up. Really emphasize squeezing your shoulder blades together. And you can almost think about you're trying to push the air up towards the ceiling. I lost our time on this one. Let's go about one more time. Cycle the hands up, lower the hands down, and 3, 2, 1. Take a pause there. Feel free to drop back into child's position once more. Kind of loosen up that low back. Well, thanks, Moose. I think you're going to go on a walk, bud. And then after you take a couple of breaths in that child's position, we're going to make our way onto your right arm for the side plank on that side. Having fun. All right. So when you're ready, you're going to position that right elbow just underneath the shoulder, extend the legs, and coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Which is meeting some neighbor friends through the fence. Yeah. All right. Keeping everything square. We're well over halfway. Keep pulling that chin in as well. Keep it all in line. We're going to go onto our backs. Next, we're going to loosen up the low back before we jump into the glute bridge. Finishing our plank here in 2, 1. Come on down and gently roll onto your back. And as you roll onto your back, go ahead and start with that double knee to chest, hugging those legs into the chest and gently rock yourself side to side. All right, just a little loosening of that low back. And then from there, when you're ready, you're going to place both feet flat on the ground with the knees bent, arms down at the side. And then when you're ready, just some nice gentle glute bridge, raising those hips up, drawing the chin into the chest. Relax on down. Again, a good exercise to close the eyes, feel the body move. Center into your breathing. Looking to activate the back of the body, fire in the glutes, and also opening up the front of the hips. Get about one more time here. Lower them down, raise those hips on up. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Feel free to go back. That low back stretch, either double knee to chest if that felt quite stiff, or you can go a little bit deeper into the twist with a 2-knee twist, bring the legs across. And then to the other side. As you're doing, if you're on the 2-knee twist option, you want to turn the head, look over that opposite shoulder.
Okay, I'm trying to catch Moose.
He's playing keep away.
Playing
All right, go ahead and balance yourself out on both sides. We're going to start back on round 2 here in about 10 seconds. Coming back to that left arm side plank.
No, you have to come here.
Who's playing keep away? All right, when you're ready, center that elbow just underneath the shoulder and back to that left side and coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And for the second set, if you want to advance from that typical side plank, we can work some rotations. So you're going to be lifting up, take that top arm, reaching under, and then rotate through from there. Put those hips up, make some space for that arm to reach under, and then try to hold that space as you come back to neutral. Very good. The side planks are a good challenge for you. Without the movement, then just stick with that static hold. Very good. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're coming back down to our stomachs, our snow angels. So as you come face down, you kind of bring the legs close to each other, arms at the side, palms up. pull that chin in, and when you're ready, you'll start to work through those snow angels, raising your arms up to overhead, turning your hands down towards the floor, chin pulled in. You can either have your legs down on the floor. Right now, I have my feet lifted off the ground, and I'm really focused at trying to elongate my body from the top of my head to the tips of my toes. Anytime you start to feel any strain in that low back, please just lower yourself down, take a break. Otherwise, we'll go about one more time through here. Raise them up, lower them down, squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, and rest. Very nice. Once more, just a quick break into child's. Rock it on back. It's a great opening for that low back. And then we're going to swing around to that right arm, side plank on the right side with the option of those rotations. All righty. Should get a little bit quieter here. I think the dog's headed out for a walk. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Right side. Option of reaching under for those rotations. Good. Strong breathing. Looking to avoid holding your breath. Halfway through. Very good. Eyes up, looking forward, and 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Onto your back. For the glute bridge this time, if you want to do the frog bridge, you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Everything else is the same. So we're going to be going through the frog bridge this time. Soles of the feet together, arms to the side. And then when you're ready from there, you pulse the hips up, raising the hips up and lower on down. We'll go ahead and start the 30 seconds now. Chin in. You're going to feel some of the smaller muscles of your pelvis and like your pelvic floor activate with this frog bridge. It's normal to feel like you're not going to lift your hips up quite as far as that traditional glute bridge. And whether you're doing the regular double leg or the frog option, just think about all those smaller muscles of your pelvic floor. You can try to clench there a little bit without holding the breath. Keep all those smaller muscles activating. Last one. Up, squeeze, and rest. Very good. Let's take a little happy baby position for a moment. Elbows on the insides of the knees, grab the outer legs, and then a just gentle rock side to side. That's the end of set 2, everyone. We're going to go through it one more time, and I'm going to introduce a new version for our side plank on this last one. All right, about 10 more seconds here in this happy baby, just opening up those inner thighs, giving a little gentle massage that low back as you rock yourself side to side. Very good. And then when you're ready, start to make your way on over. Coming back to that left arm. So if you want to join me on this new variation, it's going to be from the knees, elbow underneath the shoulder. It's called a hip abduction from the side plank. So I'm going to show you first, and then we'll do it together. You'll be up on the knees, holding that side plank position, and you're going to raise the top leg up and lower the top leg down. So you're abducting or lifting the leg away from the center of your body and lowering it on down. So that's going to be our option, or you can stick with either of the others that we've done. We're going to start here in just under 10 seconds. So set that elbow, line yourself up, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Into the bridge first, and then we raise and lower that top leg with control. Good. More activation for the outer aspect of the hip. Want everything else to be the same. Really watch that you don't lose the position of the pelvis. Sometimes it'll rock forward or back as you're lifting the leg up and down. You should really feel that bottom hip firing. Maybe one more. And rest. Great job. Last time for the swimmers on your stomach. Starting with those hands at your side, palms up. Chin draws in, and when you're ready, cycling through. Really focusing to squeeze the booty. And in that down position, when the palms down at your sides, really trying to push the air up, squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. And you want that chin to be drawn in, looking straight down at the mat. Very nice. Try to elongate from the tops of your head to the bottoms of your feet. go one more time. Raise the arms up, lower them down, push the air up towards the sky, squeezing those shoulder blades, and rest. Beautiful. Once again, back into that child's position for a couple of breaths. And then we'll make our way to that right arm for our last set of side planks on the right side. So once again, if you're going to balance out the left side with that leg abduction, going off the knees, elbow just underneath the shoulder, coming up onto the knees. And when you're ready, raising that top leg up, lowering it down, hips and shoulders square. Very good. Either rest the hand on the hip or raise the hand in the air. Variation of the two. Just over halfway. Woo, really feel that bottom hip firing to hold this bridge position. One or two more. 2, 1, and onto your back. Final set of glute bridge. I'm going to repeat the frog bridge. So I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together, palms at the sides. Make sure your shoulder blades are set back and down so you have a nice broad open chest position. And then whenever you're ready, start to raise those hips up. You draw the chin in towards the chest and just feel your body breathe. Feel the body move. Try to center into some of those smaller muscles on the pelvic floor. Imagine you're trying to stop yourself from going to the restroom. All the while, just breathing through it. So one more time. And 3, 2, 1, and everybody rest. Fantastic. We're going to stay on down here. Go ahead and place the bottoms of your feet on the ground. Walk your feet about the width of your yoga mat if you have a traditional yoga mat, or just outside the hips. And then we're going to do our windshield wipers. Lower your knees towards one side. And then gently up and across, and then take the knees to the other side. Opening through the hips. Fantastic. And then from the windshield wipers, we're going to start to open the hips a little bit more. Let's go into our glute stretch next. Extend your right leg straight out on the ground. Interlace the hands in front of that left knee. And then go ahead and start by pulling that left knee towards the left shoulder. Actively pushing that right thigh down. And then add the ankle rolls with it. So go ahead and roll that left ankle around anywhere between 5 and 10 times each direction. Switching directions when you're ready. Nice. And then from there, we'll take that left knee, pull it across the body. Now we'll go into that glute stretch as you try to pull the left knee towards the right shoulder, looking to say hello to the outer part of the hip. Feel free to hold it stationary, or you can gently glide the knee up and down, get some movement through that hip. I have on so many layers. It's feels a little hard to move today. But I'm definitely warm and grateful for that sunshine. All right, when you're ready, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and extend out that left leg, pull the right knee in towards the right shoulder, and you want to focus to actively push that left thigh down here. Get a little bit of an opener for your inner thigh. Back to the ankle roll on that right foot, 5 to 10 times each direction. Very good. And then switch directions when you're ready, if you haven't already, for the ankle roll. And then we're going to guide that right knee across towards that left shoulder, hugging it in. Say hello to that outer right hip. Choose to glide through it a little bit, moving the leg up and down, seeing if you can find any areas that wants a gentle movement through there. All right, fantastic. As you finish that, let's go ahead and roll back over to your stomach. We're going to open up the front of the body a little bit with a few press ups, or sometimes people refer to them as cobras. So on your stomach, you're going to place your hands just underneath your shoulders as if you're going to do some push-ups, but then I have my toes turned under me. Engage the glutes, gently lift the front of your body off the floor, looking up towards the sky, really ensuring that you're firing the glutes, and you're just coming on down. Bring your chest back to the floor And then raise back up, trying to lengthen through that low back as you lift up, drawing the shoulders back and down. Let's go one more time here. Gently lower on down and gently raise up. I like to keep my hips on the floor, pull the shoulders back. Beautiful. And then from there, we'll start to make our way up onto the knees. One last time for this series into that child's position, opening up that low back again, and then we're going to make our way into down dog and make our way up to standing. So when you're ready, turn those toes under, hips go nice and high. We'll start by gently pulsing the chest between the arms, trying to bring your heart towards your thighs. Draw the chin in towards your chest. Forward and back a few times. So I rock onto my hands, and then I push back, really lengthen the back of that body. Good. On the next one, as you push back, stay back there. And then let's give a good stretch for the calves, pedaling out those heels. We had about an 8-hour day in the car yesterday, so all this stretching really feels marvelous this morning. And then once you've gotten a nice stretch for your calf, let's go ahead and slowly walk the hands towards the feet, walk the feet towards the hands, and then come out of that forward fold, just nice and slow, kind of reaching for your toes, and then just very gradually, you're going to make your way up to standing. Wonderful job. All right, let's grab some water. If you are wearing shoes, like I am, I'm going to take mine off. We're going to be doing some single leg deadlift work coming up in our next series, and I always find the balance a lot easier when you're not wearing shoes. You can kind of grip the ground better and get some more awareness of the foot. All right. So once you are up here, set the feet about hip width apart. We're going to do our circular toe touches or our snow globe touches, or we're just going to imagine we're in that snow globe. We got this nice, beautiful winter landscape. We still do have some frost on the deck here in Payson, Arizona this morning. Engage those glutes as you reach up and kind of look behind you and then just flow through. After 2 to 3 in one direction, we're going to reverse and take it the other way. Maintaining a soft bend in the knees. Just finding that flow and glide. Beautiful. About one more time here. And once you finish, go ahead and release. From those toe touches, take it into a little side step arm swing. Rotating the palms forward as you swing the arms back, emphasizing try to squeeze those shoulders back and down. Really open the chest on that back swing. Fantastic. Next, let's open up the quads. Place one foot down, really lift on up, working that balance. Grab it onto one foot, pulling that heel towards the glute, maintaining a nice soft bend in the knee. Make sure the hips don't kick out, so keep raising up to that midline. 5 more seconds here. And 3, 2, 1. Release that foot. Take note of which foot you're stretching in between sides, inner thigh opener. So nice wide base stance, Cossack stretch they call it. Coming into that side lunge, reaching those arms out, gripping the toes down as you push that knee nice and wide. Come back to center, and then we'll go to the opposite side. Both feet stay firmly planted here. Arms reach out, shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Back to center. We're going to go one more each direction. And just see if your body maybe wants to sink a little bit deeper into that side lunge, still holding a good position, shin vertical, knee lateral. Sometimes that knee will want to dive in and then balance it out on that second side. Stretching it out. Awesome. Come back to center, shimmy those feet back in, and now let's balance out that quad stretch on the opposite foot. Raise on up, grab that opposite leg. Alrighty, I'm gonna work on shredding. I've got a really big flannel on underneath here, so I'm gonna take that layer off. Keep holding that quad stretch for another 10 seconds. And 2, 1. When you're ready, go ahead and release that foot. All right, let's warm up a little bit of hinging motion, get a little stretch for the hamstring. kind of get some awareness for that back side of the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all 10 toes pointing straight ahead, have a nice soft bend in the knee, and let's take your left foot, reach out in front of you, heel down, toe up, keep it a soft bend in your right leg. We're going to take the hands behind the head, and we're going to practice this little like stagger stance, good morning. So with a long spine, you're going to send the hips back, bowing down, say hello to that hamstring, then you'll stand tall. We're going to go 3 times on this leg, and then we'll switch. So number 2, both heels are down. Toes are pulling back towards you on that side that's out. My goodness, get my words. On the leg that's extended. 3rd time here, draw the chin in as well, looking down towards those toes. And coming on up and switching sides. Walk that foot in and other foot extends out. Heel down, toe up, long through the spine here. Soft bend in your left leg with the right leg extended. Woo. And then up out of it. You don't want to be super intense, but just enough to like really feel the back side of that leg. Keep pulling the toes towards you. Standing up tall, then we'll take it into a 3rd time. Long spine, bowing down, chin draws in, and standing tall from there. Very nice. From there, let's go ahead and circle those hips around. Loosen it on up. And then reverse direction, same thing other way. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to be working our deadlift, single leg to high knee. I'm going to demo first. You're going to stand nice and tall, the soft bend in the knee. You're going to have a long spine as you bow down, reaching for that ground. And then as you stand tall, that back leg's going to follow through and coming up that high knee position. If you want to hold 1 or 2 weights here, you can, or just work with your body weight. Long spine, standing tall. We're going to have 45 seconds on one side, some blood flow work in between legs. And then at the end of the circuit, we'll be practicing our get up. So I'm going to show you that one really quick. So you're going to come down to the floor, lay all the way down, arms and legs fully extend. Depending upon your mobility, you can come straight up and forward, standing tall. Or if you like watch me do that and you're thinking, heck no, my body's not going to do that. Then as you come up, you're going to roll to one side and practice getting up off the ground. And then if you're rolling to the side, you're going to alternate which side you go to. So then on the 2nd time when I go to get up, I'm going to roll to my opposite side. It's just literally getting up and off the ground, practicing that movement from there. But first, the single leg deadlift. So we're going to start in 10 seconds. I recommend your left leg to start. Set that foot so all the toes are pointing forward. Stand up tall out of the hip. And then when you're ready, soft bend in that support leg. Back thigh drives high as your torso leans forward. Lifting up out of that hip, and then the back knee follows through, coming up that high knee position. Very good. Keep raising up out of those hips as you move here. Gripping the toes of the support leg. Feel that arch of your foot activate. Wonderful. A lot of focus. Hips as level as you can. Woo. That's 30 seconds. We're going to go about another 15. Very good. One more rep here. Really grip that foot down, engage that glute of that trail leg. And 2, 1, and rest. Great job. So make sure you're on your left leg in between sides. We're going to start with our lateral step over, coming up and over. Just want to imagine you have like a little imaginary hurdle in your space. Opening through those hips. Very good. And from there, we're going to go into a march and punch, cross body punch of the upper body. Raise those knees up. If you want to turn into a little bit of a skip, you can. Kind of exhale with that punch. Good. 10 seconds left. And then we'll finish with some step or jump jacks. Good. Those eyes looking forward. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent. 15 seconds. We back to the opposite leg, single leg deadlift. So if you were on the left leg, now you're going to go to your right. All 10 toes pointing forward. Raise up through that midline. And when you're ready, here we go. Long spine as you bow forward. Take your time. And the back leg tends to rotate out. So you want to keep the toes pointing down towards the floor as you extend that leg back behind you, raising up to draw that knee up. Good job. Nice, Kelly. Nice deep breath in. Very good. A lot of focus and concentration here. Toes point down. Hips raise up. 10 seconds, 1 or 2 more. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, as soon as you finish there, you can move right into those get-ups. So you're gonna come down to the floor, lie all the way flat, arms raise up to overhead, drive up just like a nice strong sit-up, coming to one side as needed. Raise up to overhead. It's like a burpee, but we're face up. Sometimes I've called them our sunny side up burpees. Getting down, getting up. Whew. Very good. And then just watch the position of your knees. Make sure you have good position as you pull through. Pushing off through the hands, coming up, coming down. Very good. Let's get about 1 more here, lying flat, and then pull all the way through. Good job. When you finish that last rep, we're gonna take 30 seconds, so grab some water, and then we'll be back to the top. We're just doing that round 1 more time through. So we have another set through. If you wanna hold some weights on the second round, that's always an option. And sometimes the balance actually feels easier while holding weights. I don't know exactly why that is, but sometimes it helps to stabilize. So back to your left leg. I'm on my right to just kind of mirror us. And if I'm on my left leg, I'm gonna hold the weight in my right hand. So chest nice and tall, soft, bend the knees. And when you're ready, long spine, coming on down and raising up. Nice. Focus on control of the movement over speed of movement here. Good, ladies. Lift up out of that hip before you start that forward hinge. Nice, Kelly. There you go, Kathy. Making it look graceful. Anytime you need, just rest the foot down for a second, readjust. We're over 30 seconds in, about 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We're back to our blood flow in between sides. We're gonna change it up this time. We're gonna go our alternating knee to elbow. It's our first movement. So point that elbow across the body, raising that knee up, driving that knee across the body as well. Nice strong exhale. Good, and then either a jog or a march, or if you want to run high knees in place, driving the arms to the side. 15 seconds left. Excellent. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Getting ready for that final single leg deadlift. Would be on your right leg. All right, all 10 toes pointing forward. Raise everything up, soft bend in your right knee. And when you're ready, here we go. Taking it forward. Drawing the abdomen in, keeping the shoulders held back. And then focus on that back toe pointing down. Excellent. Wonderful, moving well. We're over halfway. Yes. Maybe 1 more rep here, moving with control, lifting up, bowing forward. And when you finish that rep, if you were holding weights, go ahead and set it down And then as soon as you're ready, into those get-ups. So laying flat or lying flat. If you do have the ankle and knee mobility, you can come straight forward, kind of into the bottom of a squat and pull yourself up to standing. And lay flat all the way back, drive up. You can use your hands on either side as needed. Lift up, sit back like you're lowering into that squat, wait into the heels. Or obviously also coming on down to a kneeling position. So remember that other option is to roll to the one side, using the arms to stand up. Very good. Final 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and meet me up standing. Nice job. Go ahead and grab a drink. We do a couple of stretches, and then we have a 10-minute piece to finish with. All right. Go ahead and grab a drink, and then when you after you get your drink, walk the feet nice and wide behind the back stretches first. So with a wide base stance, you're going to interlace the hands behind you, draw those shoulders back. Make sure you keep that bend in the knees as you send the hips back and pull the arms straight up over the torso. You can allow the head to be a little heavy here. Pull the chin in towards the chest. Do a nice deep breath into the back. And then when you're ready, make your way back up to standing. Walk the feet back in. Now we're going to do a little toe touch here. With that bend in the knees, pull the chin down to the chest, draw the belly in towards the spine, and allow your spine to round as you slide the hands down for the feet. When you get down there, you can overlap your arms, kind of cross the hands over each other, cross the arms over each other, and then just let that neck be heavy once again for a few nice deep breaths. And from there, coming back up. Wonderful. All right, we have some squatting in the next piece. So that's what we're going to do next is warm up our squat. Go ahead and set the feet about hip width apart. Just a very gentle toe out. Give some opening through the hips. And we're going to go about 3 to 5 times here. Sit those hips back, feet pushing down and standing tall. Very good. On the next one, if you're comfortable to spend a little time in the bottom of the squat, come into that prayer position. Palms together, elbows work on the inside of the knees. Really think about chest tall. You're using those elbows to push those knees wide. Again, if this is not painful to do as you are here, you go ahead and take your left hand, reach it up towards the sky and follow that hand with the gaze. Watch that your left knee doesn't dive in as you do this. We'll bring the hand down to the floor and do it twice more. Right elbow is pushed into your right knee as the left arm raises up and back. Working it back down to the floor for one more time. Raise it up and down. In between hands, we're going to do some hamstring flosses where I reach down for my feet, raise my hips high in the sky, and I come back down to that squat position. Do that one more time. Hips raise up. Just do whatever portion of this that you can. Hips come back down, and now I'm going to stay in the bottom to balance out what would be your right side. So I hold on to my left leg, and now the right arm comes up and back, glancing up to that hand, bringing it down towards the floor. Woo. Once more, raise it up, down, and then reach both arms up and come up out of that. Hello, legs. All right, back to those hip circles. 3 to 5 times each direction. All right, fantastic. So we're going to kind of move through this first series together. Instead of working for time, we're working for reps. I'll just tell it to you at first, and then you can move with me or not. We have 10 squats, 15 jumper step jacks, 5 yoga push-ups. We'll go over that as we get there if you don't know it. 10 of the goblet row. That's a bent over row, holding on to 1 or 2 dumbbells, pulling it into the chest, and then ending with 15 jump jacks again before we go back to the squats. So once you get the hang of it, you can either move at your own speed, or if you want to move with me the whole time, that is good as well. Sorry, here I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties with the battery dying. Not sure why it lost its charge so fast, but It's all right, we have a backup. All right, so you can hold weight or not for your squats. I am gonna be holding a kettlebell, and the reps are always recommended. So up to you. Actually, I'm holding a dumbbell. If you wanna do the same exact number of reps, if you wanna do a little bit different number of reps, the whole goal here of these sessions is just to keep your body moving, keep you feeling good in your body and strong. So when you're ready, as I mentioned, we're gonna be working for 10 minutes, and our first exercise is the squat for a recommended 10 times. So set the feet. If you are holding weights, you're gonna hold it right up at the chin or with one in each hand at each shoulder. And 2, 1, here we go. Breathing as you move here. Good, keeping your eyes up, looking straight ahead. Nice. All right, I've got one more to make, 10. After the squats, you go either to a step or a jump jack for 15 times. So the step jack will look a little bit like this, or jumping jacks. "13, 14, and roughly 15. Push-ups are next. So you're gonna come down to the floor. For the yoga push-up, I'm gonna demo off the knees. I'm gonna come down to my chest, elbows at the sides, push up out of that, and I'm gonna come off my knees into a down dog, pushing back into down dog, coming forward. If you don't need to go to the knees, you can go off the toes. So coming down for the push-up, raising up to the toes, pushing back for down dog. 5 times. That was 2 on my end. Watch so you don't let that low back arch, pulling the spine in throughout. After these push-ups, we're going to come up, grab what weights or bands we have for our bent over row or the goblet row. So after those push-ups, come back up to standing. Toes pointing forward, soft bend the knees. You want to draw the abdomen in and have a nice flat back as you bow forward. From here, pull the weights right into the chest, chin looking down and forward, or eyes looking forward, chin drawn in. Exhale as you pull that weight into the chest. We're going for roughly 10 times here. And then we're back to our jump jacks or step jacks. And that will be the end of series 1. We're about 2.5 minutes in. So we're going to shoot for right about 4 rounds here. I might just forget about the clock and just take you through another 3 rounds. So back to step and jump jacks. Good work. Fantastic. Let's try to avoid some water breaks this time. We'll take a break after round 2, and we're going to go right back into those squats. So set the feet, slight toe out, and whenever you're ready, going for about 10 reps here. Nice and smooth, up and down. Excellent. Heels stay planted, knees push wide. Eyes and chest stay tall. So eyes up to keep that chest tall. Good. From the squats, we go back to those step or jump jacks. Kind of keeping that heart rate a little elevated. "13, 14, 15. Yoga push-ups are next. Coming down. I'm going to keep demoing them off the knees. Nice wide handprint. Draw the belly in. Pull those elbows in towards your side as you lower the chest to the floor. Driving up, staying strong. Coming up to the toes, pushing back into down dog. Bringing it forward. Chest to the ground. Up. And opening that mid back. Looking for 5 times total. Very good. Great range of motion. Final one. On number 5, you kind of inchworm your way back up to your feet. Coming back to standing, and we have our bent over row next. So with 1 or 2 weights, bands work here as well. Toes pointing forward, keeping that soft bend in the knee as you bow down. And then when you're ready, going for 10 solid reps here. Pausing against the chest. Chin pulled in, look straight down at your feet. Keep that belly nice and strong. Once you finish your rows, you're back to your step or jump jacks. Very good. All righty, end of round 2. We're gonna do it twice more. Smile. You can also dance when we're doing jump jacks. The whole idea is just to move the body, kind of increase that heart rate a little bit more. All right, if you need a quick drink of water, feel free to grab it. And we're back to round 3 of squatting. With or without weight, going for about 10 reps. Here we go. Nice. Five, 6, 7, 8. Here's number 10. All right, do whatever you need to do to finish your reps, or maybe you're already on to your step or jump jacks of round 3. Woo. Try to keep your exercise playful. I know I have a tendency to get a little too serious myself. It's all new learnings. All right, here comes Moose as we come back down for our yoga push-ups. Hi, Moose, was that so much fun? Oh gosh, I'm so excited for you. It's a nice wide hamper. We're going for 5 reps here. Midline strong. Come down to the chest. Come up to the toes. Push back into down dog. 5 times, friends. Having a puppy is a good way to remember not to be too serious about life. They're like, hey, it's time to play again. Get off your computer and come play with me. We don't have those little people or little animals in our life. We gotta set aside our own time to enjoy and play. And maybe we can get stronger at the same time. After 5, make your way back up to standing. And we're into our 3rd set of bent over rows. 10 is our number that we're shooting for on the bent over row. Toes are pointing forward in this instance. Draw that abdomen in as you send the hips back. Here we go for 10. He's going to reorganize your wood pile. There you go. Exhale as you pull those weights up and in. Holding strong on that last rep. And then back to those step or jump jacks. This is the end of round 3. I'm going to take you through it for one more round 4. Woo! 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, getting ready for our final round of squats. Can't see it, but Moose just ran off the deck with this like miniature log in his mouth. All right, here we go for your last set of squats. 10 times. If you're feeling good, you can move just a little bit faster. Make sure you don't lose your body positioning. So chest tall. Keeping your hips from just dropping under you. You want to have some control through that movement. Very good. Making your way through 10, and it'll be into our second to last set of jump jacks or step jacks. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Push-ups. Spread those fingers nice and wide as you come down onto the floor. Everything tight, coming down to the chest. Making your way up to the toes. And then really good position as you push back into down dog. Good work. 5 is the goal on this exercise, give or take a few. Watch so we don't let that low back arch. This is my last rep. Pushing back, inchworming your way up to standing. Final set of bent over row. And we ending with the stepper jump jacks. All right, so let's go really quality reps here on this bent over row. Reaching forward, pause as you pull that weight into the body. Really pulling those elbows back, elbows back and the shoulder blades. It's a good mid back and low back strengthener from this position. Pulling the chin in, you'll help support the upper neck as well. Breathe in as you reach forward. Exhale as you row in. That low back starts to get fatigued. Just stand up, shake it out. And this is at least number 10. Clear your space. And then finishing with that last little bout of stepper jump jacks. I think upwards about 25 here. And I have everybody come and finish together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all done. Woo! All right, virtual high fives. Let's walk it out. Go ahead and grab your drink, and then we'll finish with a couple cool down stretches. All right, let's go ahead and get a good opening for the hip flexors as well as the upper body. So our stagger stance tricep bend. We're gonna step the 1 foot forward. So if you're mirroring me, it'd be your left, opposite foot steps back. Go ahead and rock back onto that heel. Square your hips and shoulders. Your left arm or the arm of your trail leg reaches up. Draw the abdomen in, chin in, bend that elbow. Reach it up and around to grab that elbow. And now we're gonna have a 2-part here. You wanna shift that back hip forward. Really squeeze the glute, lift the chest, eyes up, and now bending towards that front leg. Maintaining those eyes, looking forward. Squeeze the glute of that trail leg. Breathe here for a couple of reps. And go ahead and unwind and shake it out. Set that back leg forward in between sides. Back to our side step arm swing. Cooling it down a bit. Perfect. And then we're going to switch it out on the other side. So anchor the front foot down, opposite leg steps back, rolling back onto that heel as you raise that arm up. Now draw the chin in, bend that elbow like you're trying to scratch your back, and we're going to reach up and around. So you want that hip shift. Squeeze the glute of that trail leg with the eyes up. Now you're going to pull that elbow back and bend your whole torso towards that lead leg. So it's a side bend. Sometimes we weave in and out of it. I'm just demoing it, holding it today. If you want to go in and out of this side bend, that's great as well. One more breath here. And release. Beautiful. Let's make our way back into our toe touch. Then we're going to come down to the floor. So with that soft bend the knees, chin to the chest, slide the hands down the legs. Hang out there in that bottom position for a couple of nice deep breaths into the back of the spine, back to their lungs. And then when you're ready, go ahead and crawl your way on down onto all fours. All right, we're gonna go pigeon into seated twist out of our down dog position. So with a wide handprint, toes turned under, you're gonna push back into down dog. And let's go ahead and start with your right leg. You're gonna lead with that right leg forward. Oh, let's go extension first. Leg lifts up and back. Glide that right leg forward, trying to square the hips and shoulders. Making your way into a little pigeon here. Just be sure that you don't just kind of drop into that front hip. You're fairly tight here. Just ease your way into it. I'm staying up on my hands today. If you want to come forward onto your forearms, you can. I'm a little stiff at the moment. Couple more breaths in this position. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit onto your right hip and you're going to swing that back leg around for seated twist. Sitting up nice and tall. Going to pull that thigh in towards the chest. And you can use your opposite or arm on the same side that you're hugging in to crawl it behind you. Keep your spine nice and long as you turn the head and neck, glancing over that shoulder. All right, when you're ready, you should be hugging your left leg in. We're going to make our way back to down dog, and then we'll do this exact same thing on the opposite side. So wide handprint, turn those toes under, drive those hips nice and high. And this time we'll start with the left leg. Let's pedal out those heels first. Make sure you give a good stretch to the calves after all those jumping jacks. Very good. And when you're ready, left leg extends up and back. Point that toe, extend the hip, and then glide that leg forward, trying to square your shin to your shoulders. Holding strong. Put your layers back on. Few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and sit onto your left hip and swing that back leg around. All right, it's going to be our last stretch together, everyone. But as always, if you have a little bit more time to yourself, one of my favorite ways to finish is like on the back with a couple of low back stretches and then just some time flat on the ground. So if you can take that time today, I invite you to do so. If you haven't done so already, take that opposite arm, reach it behind you, crawl that hand around. Pull a little bit deeper in that twist as you turn the head and look over that shoulder for a few more nice deep breaths. All right, very good. Nice job, everybody. Add in anything else you need, and thanks so much for being here.